Innovators is a place where it's a community virtually, but it's a community where students, along with our peer mentors and our expert mentors, we all come together to learn. And I think the biggest thing is that we promote an innovative mindset for younger teens. And this is something that every single human can have. Everybody can have the ability to, be innovative. If they learn those skills, if they learn that, that little click in your brain, you start thinking differently, you start seeing things. At least this is in my personal experience. Once I learned how to incorporate innovation into my life, it honestly did open up a lot more doors for me and across every different thing that I did in my life. So I think this is such an amazing program because it allows someone who maybe is really great at sports, or someone who's really into art or gaming or theater or traveling, or none of the above. Every single person can find their voice and feel supported by Teen Innovators. So that is, I think, the main thing I just want to say right out front, that why this is such a great program. That's also what drew me to work with Teen Innovators to start. So you can see in my bio there, I am a senior, and I am a personal entrepreneur myself. I have a great passion for things, and this is one of them. So I think that once I found innovation, the rest kind of fell into place. And it's honestly something that I see myself working in when I get older and continuing this. So the next thing I want to talk about is what we offer. So we offer a bunch of different programs. The first thing is we have peer mentor sessions. So students will go on and they can have mentor sessions with myself and the other peer mentors in the program. They can also have sessions from expert mentors who are leaders in the industry that, across tech, the environment, business, finance, tons of great people to talk to and kind of gain insight from. But the biggest thing is that this program is so easy to navigate online. There's in the top right corner a big sign up now button. It's green. Green means go. Definitely a great and easy way. You just pick a plan. Once you go through the registration process, you complete a quick survey. Well, you/the student signing up, just so that we can get to know you a little bit more, because Teen Innovators truly is a community, although we don't meet, in person with the students. The next thing is the students will be able to pick their mentors. So on the page where my bio was, there are also all the other bios for all the other peer mentors. And it's really great because you're not just kind of like stuck with someone. You can kind of see who you think you might jive with. And every single peer mentor is great, but there's always different personalities that might click better. Or maybe someone's background is more intriguing. And you can definitely, the student or maybe the parent with the student, if you are inclined to have them talk to someone, you can pick a different person each time you meet so that you can gain such a diverse, portfolio of advice and experience. Those are the main two things I wanted to speak about up front, but we also offer leadership classes. And this is super important to me, along with all the other peer mentors, because we're actually the ones who create them. So all the leadership classes are like master classes, but they're done by teens. So these classes are all the things we wish we knew when we were younger teens. So for me, I personally teach one on goal setting. And I always had very ambitious goals and dreams, but I didn't quite know how to achieve them. And I feel now in hindsight that I might have lost a little bit because I honestly had no idea. I was like, I want to learn a new language. Well, my parents didn't speak it. I wasn't taught it at school. I was like, I don't know how to do this. And now I've, gained all this and I've done a lot of research. And so I just kind of want to teach that towards younger students and across any single goal and how to achieve those. So there's also classes about self-advocacy, travel, writing, summer things, sports. There's anything that older teens feel very confident in sharing, we do. And we're always adding to it. So if you don't find one that you think your student or your child might like now, in about a month, there could be 7 more that they might love. So that's something that I really wanted to mention. The last thing is we also offer pitch contests. So that's something I'm really excited about because I personally love this stuff. But it's like little Shark Tank at a more high level, I guess, view of creating a business, and which allows the innovative mindset that people learned to kind of be applied in a little competitive way, which who doesn't love a little competition? I know I do. Well, I think I'm going to turn this over now to Christine.
Thank you so much. Eden was our first peer mentor to join our group. And as you can see, it's my desire to have our peer mentors move up into leadership roles within.
Hi, everybody. My name's Natalia. I'm a senior in high school and I'm really interested in or passionate about Model UN, and I work as a camp counselor in the summers. So I was really excited to become a part of Teen Innovators because when I was in middle school, I was really interested in a lot of different things, but I didn't have very many avenues through which to pursue them. And I was really shy and kind of insecure in these things that I was super interested about. So this is why I think Teen Innovators is so highly valuable, especially for young people, because it's definitely something I wish I had when I was younger, and just to help me become more confident in my convictions and my interests, which is why when I joined, I really wanted to focus on developing confidence in the students. So with that, I decided to make I was about to say breakout room now. With that, I decided to create a leadership class about self-advocacy, which I think is something that's really important, not only for kids going into middle school and high school, but just throughout life, which is why I decided to take it on. And I thought that I'd just do a little bit of an overview of what I discuss in my leadership class. So first off, we define self-advocacy. What is it? What does it mean? And then we go into why we should self-advocate. Why is it important? And I think that setting this intention and sort of beginning to understand this is really important because it just emphasizes the importance of self-advocacy. And then finally, we begin to have a conversation about how we can self-advocate. So while I give a couple of tips that have personally worked for me and my friends, it's an interactive experience. So I'll give out a couple of scenarios and ask the students what they might do in those scenarios. But just creating a community so that they feel comfortable enough to discuss this is really important to me because I think that's how we make real change in the lives of others. So in addition to this leadership class, I've also had the privilege of working with a student and developing a working relationship with them. And as Kate said, I did work with them today. And it's really interesting because as I got to know my student, I got to know more about their interests and their passions, which was really, really rewarding. And from there, just in creating a comfortable environment, we were sort of able to take off from there. And it became almost so that I could just take the back seat and they could just pursue all of their passions, which was really, really rewarding. But my main priority in these scenarios is just to make the student comfortable and to take genuine interest in what they're talking about. So that in doing that, we can have very easy and productive conversations and it doesn't feel super forced. But perhaps most importantly, and this is another reason why I love Teen Innovators and I love just the purpose of it, is that we meet students where they are, especially in a time when everything has sort of been flipped on its head. It's really important that we base our sessions and we base this organization off of what a student wants to do and what a student needs. So we can either take a more active or guiding role, especially in the context of our one-on-one mentoring sessions and in this process of them creating their pitches and creating their passion projects, because in giving agency to these students, we're able to create more meaningful and productive conversations with them. And that's why I'm a part of Teen Innovators, and that's why I'm proud to be a part of it today.
I know you've created a few of them, and maybe you can explain, how you were able to walk through with a student.
Yes, of course. So I did write a couple of these. I did one on fast fashion. I think I did one about oceans and waste and a couple others. I don't know. It's all really cool to me. But I think that the biggest thing is it's a little bit kind of unsettling as just anybody, any person, any age, to be like, create an idea. Just think, it's like, what? I don't really know. So these ideation funnels are great and accurate, sources. It's not like Wikipedia when you're like, is this right? Is this truthful? No, the students are able to really look at these obviously aesthetically pleasing and accurate like tables, and then it'll kind of trigger thought processes. Once you read down the pyramid, you get all the way to the bottom and you're like, wow, like the low prices of fast fashion are offset by the environmental damage and unfair wages. In that sentence alone, any teen, honestly, anybody that can read probably sees the issue with that. That's a little bit, that's not right. How can I fix it then? And that alone, that kind of that last piece of the triangle is where a lot of the ideas will stem from. And if it's not in one mentor session, it'll be an afterthought. Before you go to bed at night, you'll kind of just subconsciously, you'll be like, whoa, fast fashion. It's just the weird, you learn something new. It's really interesting, and they're available for every single student in the Teen Innovators program, and they can always go back and reference them, which I think is really important.
So as you can see, one of our goals of the company is to really spur creative and innovative thinking. It's not necessarily about launching a business, although if you do have a business idea, we have the resources to help you and get that off the ground. But it's really about a quick 30-minute conversation that is going to spur your thinking process. And it's going to leave the students thinking that, wow, I've got good ideas. And maybe I can act on these ideas now, or maybe I'll just know how to come up with good ideas. And that will allow me later on in life, or even now, to be the next game changer. And I was thrilled that even Time Magazine this week came out with the first kid, person of the year. So they're absolutely, I believe, society in general is really looking to teenagers to come up with these creative and innovative ideas. And our program, Teen Innovators, just gives you a platform to be heard and recognized and validated through peer mentorship, as well as with our expert mentors, through various leadership classes where you learn all these different skills that are so important in life. Persuasive speech. Everyone needs to know persuasive speech. I wish I really honed in on it when I was younger. Then I could talk my parents into doing things that I really wanted them to do for me, or buy gifts that I really wanted them to buy for me, or maybe persuade my friends to do something, go along with my idea. So all of this is so meaningful and beneficial. So I wanted to go through a little bit about our plans. If you go to the sign up now button on our website, starting at $69 for our monthly membership, we actually have the ability to, the student gets credits in their account. And so they'll go ahead and see those credits once they sign up. They can use those credits to book sessions with peer mentors in the growth program. For the next level up, that's the starter plan. The next level up, the growth program, it just unlocks more within our program. So it also gives you an additional session with a peer mentor. It gives you unlimited sessions to tap into our leadership classes, like the self-advocacy, the goal setting, and Oliver's summer programs. So have access to that. You can meet new friends, new students your age, so you can sign up with others that, or if you have a group that you're close with, maybe a learning pod, or Girl Scouts have kind of come together and shown interest in this, we can actually schedule a private leadership class for you as well. And then we have the various different pitch contests and a lot of resources along the way. So those are our programs, real easy to sign up. And of course, our ask to you is that you help us spread the word for our gift certificate. Unique way to give a gift is to purchase just a 1 month starter. And what we do is we actually have a magazine cover that we can insert the picture of the student in, and it's a Innovator magazine in the year 2030. And so we can actually create a mock-up of a magazine with the student's picture in it, and easily send it to the parent in a PDF. They can print it out and gift wrap it and put it.
About summer opportunities. So as Kate mentioned, I did a few programs, and one thing for me, at least, is that when it came to the summer, I wanted to get away from home. I wanted to get away as far as possible. I just wanted my own space. I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do with my life in the future. I was thinking about the future and just things I want to do, right? And the thing was, how does one go about this, right? As a 15 or 14-year-old. So if you can go to the next slide, I talk about just in the class, I talk about some certain tools about finding resources and reaching out to your peers and to your family members, hey, what is this? What is this? I'm interested in this, do you know of any programs or anyone who can help me figure out, ways I can do this, things like that. And then I also, talk about some pieces of advice that I learned, through these experiences. So if we go on just to some of the things that I've done personally, one of the programs that was amazing was in summer of 2018, and I did this really cool leadership course, and I learned about the wilderness and how to kind of orient yourself in the wild. So that experience there, that opportunity was paid. However, I've also done programs that are also free, which is pretty amazing. So last summer when I went to China, I studied Mandarin for 7 weeks and lived with a host family, and that was totally free. So, it's not like too good to be true. Like, there are some things, right, that you have to pay for, and, not everyone is able to do that, but there are a lot of free things out there as well. So that's, what I go over in my leadership class. And besides teaching this leadership class, I also do one-on-ones, like with the pitch contest and with pursuing ideas. So like I recently, a few weeks ago, had this really great meeting with an 8th grader, and we kicked it off right off the bat. We shared common interests in sports and baseball, and he really liked math and science, and I love that stuff. So that was great to connect with some younger teens, and I really encourage you guys to give it a shot.